Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Sorry, I'm just reading Foz's comment there that popped up on StreamYard. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know I was here last night. It was an interesting one. And then, you know, we're back. We're back. Steph, so great to see you. We hadn't seen you for a few days. And actually, I was thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even seen Steph pop up in the, in the Discord. I don't know if you're not feeling well or whatever stuff, but yeah, great to see you again. I'm going to jump in and say what's up to all you guys. Of course, that's how we do it here. But guys, this is the one. This one stream a week, although let's be honest, a lot of times we do end up just kind of talking about whatever here, at least at some point, you know, once we like kind of end our topic and all that. But guys, I always try to reserve one a week where we really can just like BS, and it's not, there's no guided meditation, right, for the for the stream. So yeah, this is the one. And it's also it's a stream for the UK people. We've got some lovely people out there in the UK, and you know, for a long time I was working on weekends. It was really tough for me to do anything because I was working during the week and on weekends. And so it was tough for me to find a good time to go live for our UK people. But now made a few adjustments here in my life, and yeah, I've got the weekends. So here we go. Let's get going. I was going to tell you guys, I mean, you know, just in case, this is the stream where you guys can bring up whatever topic. You know, if you want to ask me a question, or if you want to be like, hey, this movie or that movie, rank these 3 movies, like just whatever kind of random stuff. You know, I've been watching a lot of movies that I've never seen before this year. I'm at like 124 that I've never seen, and I'm still watching. There have been, you know, I don't know, maybe 20 movies that I've watched, 15 to 20 movies that I've watched this year that I've already seen. A couple of those I want to talk about because I saw them in the theater earlier this week. I did a double feature. It was really cool. So I'm prepared to talk about some other stuff. If you guys, you know, if you guys are just sort of like, you talk, Davey, I can handle it. And then also it is Alien Day. So our guy Asha, who I saw here, dropped a 10-pounder. Boom! Dropping that 10-pound weight. Wants to talk some Alien. And I am cool with that. I will say this before, you know, I'm going to jump in and say what's up to everybody before we get into any sort of pointed discussion or anything. I've only seen Resurrection once. I've only seen Covenant once. I really did not like Covenant. It hurt me, especially as a follow-up to Prometheus. It really hurt me. Resurrection is like, it is what it is. I know it's one of those movies it's like really easy for people to rip on. I don't think it's excuse me. I don't think Resurrection is as bad as people say it is, but it is, you know, it's not the only film in the Alien franchise where there's been all sorts of studio meddling, and the product that we ended up getting as the film just wasn't really like the vision. So we can talk about all that stuff. I actually, even though I've only seen Resurrection once, I probably know more about the backstory than I could tell. Like if I tried to tell you the plot of the movie, I could give you a very vague, you know, recollection of it. But I'm going to jump in and say what's up to you guys, and then we'll get to more BSing. Thank you again for joining. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. All that kind of good stuff. If you're watching after the fact, hit that hype button. We are trying to grow this channel, and we are marching towards 3,000 subs. So we're at 2917 right now. My birthday is May 18th, and it would be cool to, you know, reach 3,000 subs by then. So how about that? And thank you so very much, Asha, for the 10-pound super chat, brother. Thank you. We will get to the alien talk for sure. We got Jeff, aka Down is Up, celebrating 5 months of membership. Thank you so very much, Jeff. Appreciate you. We got Paula Fitzhenry, another one of our great channel members. Asha is one of our channel members as well. We got Tia Nina, another channel member there. Welcome on in, Tia. We got Nanette. How are you doing, Nettie? Welcome, welcome. Another channel member. How about it? Lenny, another channel member. How are you doing, Lenny? Thank you so much, man. You guys are amazing. The channel members are... It's so cool to keep, like, there's part of me that's like, man, I keep on having to say another channel member, but I love that. Love it. Asha, I starred your chat there about the Romulus thing. We'll get back to that for sure. Foz saying you tucked me in with a live stream last night and back again. Keep me going. I am, dude. I live for the lives. You know what? And all the slings and arrows that get thrown my way, and I still come back because you guys make it worth it. And through all of the weirdness and all that, you know, I hope that you guys stick with me and hear me out, because when you put yourself out there, you know, in a public space, yeah, it just, no matter what, even I don't even think the channel is very like really successful. Like, you know, I will celebrate the little successes and all that kind of stuff, but even channel, we're not even at 3,000 subs, but like, as you know, when you put yourself out there and as things start to grow, like, stuff is gonna pop up. So really do appreciate you guys. We got Smith's Grove Sanitarium, 188 days until Halloween. Yes, and next Friday, guys, I'm doing a halfway to Halloween fundraiser charity marathon. We're going to be watching Halloween's 1, 2, 4, 5, and Curse of Michael Myers. And we're going to be raising money for the St. Mary's Food Bank. So set your notification for that stream. I'm going to be shutting off all the supers and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to be a QR code so you can donate to the food bank. Every dollar donated, guys, creates 5 meals for somebody that's in need out here in the Phoenix area. So that's all I'll say right now on this stream about that, but I will be mentioning it every stream. Let's see what we got here. We got Kelly H. How are you doing? Another one of our great channel members. Welcome on in. Oh, Steph, I'm so sorry. Guys, can we give Steph some love in the chat? I'm so sorry, Steph. I don't know what else to say other than I'm, you know, I've been so fortunate. You know, everyone loses people. I've not yet lost somebody that's like immediate family, you know. So limited experience and all that, but I just I can only imagine. And yeah, I'm so sorry, Steph. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I will do my best, and I'm sure everyone else in the chat will do their best to make sure that this is you know, a break from, or just a small break from, you know, dealing with everything. And yeah, just be thinking about you and your family. Thank you guys for giving some love. Appreciate you. Theron, what's happening? Another one of our great channel members. How are you doing, Ron? Great to see you. Ooh, Foz, I see your question. I'm going to say hi to everyone, and then I'm going to get to the starred chats here. Jamie Hart, our original Death Squad mod and our mama mod, and a great channel member. How are you doing, Jamie? I see another one from Asha about Alien. All right, we will get to that. Yeah. Let's see. Who else do we got? We got Gory Tiger. How are you doing, Gory? Great to see ya. Great to see ya. We got Joe from Media Poop Shoot, another one of our great channel members. How are you doing, Joe? Yeah, Joe watched a couple movies with me at the theater. Yeah. We sat next to each other, but the chairs were really big, so it wasn't too, like, you're not too bunched up. Hey, what's happening, Adrian? Welcome on in, man. Doing great. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Jack. That doggy dog. How are you doing, King Matthew? Doing all right, man. Hope you're having a good one. Thank you guys so much for giving the love. Really do appreciate you. I mean, you know, that's the thing is, like, we got to be here for each other, you know, to celebrate the good stuff and to be there to lift each other up when it's, you know, not so great. We got Raggedy Man, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Raggedy Man? And Dodo Irish. This looks familiar to me. The gnome looks familiar. And we got Nathan. How are you doing, Nathan? Welcome back in. All right, guys, let me grab these starred chats. I just wanted to say hello to everyone. Again, guys, thanks so much for joining. I know I was live last night, and here I am again. I go live 4 or 5 times a week, just in case you're new. Speaking of Curse of Michael Myers, which we'll be watching next week as part of our marathon, this is my Curse of Michael Myers tiki mug. It's actually the second one. I had one that didn't have the blood on it before, and I think one of my cats got spooked and knocked it over and broke it. So I went to order it again, and the only one that they had at that time had the little blood splatter on there. But I like it. What's really cool is it's blue, and I always think of blue when I think of Curse of Michael Myers. It's just such a You know, I know there's the blue look in the original Halloween as well, but there's something about, you know, I think it's the way the mask looks on like the artwork, on the poster artwork, if you remember. And the movie just kind of has a bluish kind of look. And yeah, he's even wearing kind of a grayish blue, you know, it's gray. There's like a hint of a little bit of a blue in there in his jumpsuit. Anywho, guys, if I seem like I'm just sort of relaxed, it's because it's the Chill Sunday Horror Hangout. So you might not, you know, varying levels of energy and everything like that. Okay, let's jump in, guys. Let's do a little alien talk, okay? Let's kick it off with that because it is Alien Day. In fact, what I will do here is I want to bring up a little something because, guys, I am an affiliate with oh my gosh, I thought my thing was all logged in over here. Very interesting. Okay, sorry guys, one sec. There we go. I'm an affiliate for the Aliens Expanded documentary that creator VC is putting together. And I think it's going through the 28th. And I just wanted to share my affiliate link with you guys if you all are interested in purchasing a copy. Excuse me. I have no idea what's going on. In order Aliens Expanded. Here. How about that? It's a Chill Sunday Horror Hangout. All right, there we go. And I'm just going to pin that in the chat if I can, if it'll let me. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So there's that link, guys. You can check it out. I will, how about this? I will bring it up. I'm going to address Asha's statement here, a couple of these chats, but I just want to show you guys at some point. I want to be able to show you the actual website to give you an idea of what the documentary is all about. But let me jump on over here. Okay, so Asha says, so Alien Romulus is getting a sequel, and that's obviously continuing Kaylee Spaney's character, Rain. I know she's no Ellen Ripley, but do you think she comes a close second as a final girl? I don't know if it's like one movie's not enough for me for a close second. You know, like Ripley's great in the first movie. She's awesome in Alien. That's my favorite movie in the franchise. And I think like if Alien were the only thing, Sigourney Weaver is a talented enough actress that she would have had an amazing career like she did, right? Aliens really solidified her. And, you know, I wasn't alive when Alien came out or anything, so I'm not saying like, oh, no one thought she was badass in Alien. I think it's very clear she's extremely badass. Throughout the entirety of that movie, I would say she's badass the whole time. She's the only person that's right. No one will listen to her, and that spills over into Aliens, but in Aliens, it's got that more action feel, and I think that's where Ripley's character was really injected with some juice. You know, the first movie is where you make an impression on the first movie. The second movie is where you can sort of like secure legacy. Does that make sense? You know, like would we talk about Laurie Strode the way we do if Halloween 2 was something totally different that didn't have Laurie Strode and it just you know, didn't pick up the night of, or it picked up the night of and he didn't even pursue her anymore because she's meaningless to him because she's not his sister. You know, like you just wonder what would have happened with these characters. We would talk about them like we talk about Alice and Ginny in the Friday the 13th franchise, but we don't, you know, we wouldn't have had that staying power, longevity with them. So I think that I don't think she comes close as I don't think she comes close second. I don't think anyone comes close second to Ripley in Alien. Maybe she could if the next movie's really damn good, because I thought Romulus was fine. It was good. It was boilerplate, you know, like Fede Alvarez. I think he was more, it was what he did with Evil Dead was a lot more impressive than what he did with Alien. Although I think honestly, it's probably an easier job to jump into the Evil Dead when he jumped into it, because he basically got this chance to kind of go back to the idea of the original movie and the tone of the original movie and reinvent that and like create a sequel that was marketed as a remake. Some people still call it a remake. That's totally fine. But what he did in Romulus, I didn't, you know, I feel like there's some shackles there as far as creativity goes. Unfortunately, the longer the Alien movies go, the longer the franchise go, the less and less it makes sense, which is it's so odd that they had this really great idea for like 2.5, 3 movies. And then they've tried to take this taffy and they're stretching it out, but the middle is just like drooping. and it's sticky and it's getting on your legs, and the flies and the ants know about it. And I like, even though Romulus had some cool stuff, even the conceit of it, when I'm watching the first 20 minutes, I was like, man, there are already like huge things that have nothing to do with the xenomorphs or any of that nonsense. There's all sorts of stuff that just didn't make sense to me in that movie, unfortunately. I think it would be really cool if they brought it back to something really simple. And I think Romulus was trying to do that. But when you have your weird creepypasta creature at the end of the movie, that was, what a whimper I thought that was. Yeah, I think they're getting away from what's scary and what's attractive about aliens in the franchise. So, I thought the movie was fine, Romulus, but everything else I've seen from Fede is better, I'll say. A very long answer. I give long answers, guys. Who's my favorite 80s pop act? I guess I would say Tears for Fears. I don't think like the Smiths would be considered a pop act, although, I mean, you could call them that, but I would think of, I kind of think of them as more of like new wave or something like that. Jangle rock, new wave jangle rock. Tears for Fears feels a little bit more pop than me. I mean, they're rock, but it does feel like a pop act. Two guys are the face of the band. They write everything, but they have a band behind them that feels kind of pop starry. I think that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, unless you consider the Beastie Boys pop. I mean, I do in a sense, but as far as the 80s go, I think they were pretty brash and pretty iconoclast. Yeah, Tears for Fears. I hope that's a good answer for you, Foz. I love Tears for Fears. Alien Isolation's getting a sequel set on a planet this time. Any thoughts? I never played the original game. Asha, I play. I mean, I have a PS4 and stuff, but most of the games I play are from 8-bit and 16-bit generation. Like whenever I have the time or create the time to play a game, it's probably the Nintendo, the Genesis, or the Super Nintendo. Covenant was rushed because fans complained about Prometheus not having enough Xeno action. Yeah. Did the fans complain? I don't know. I think some people complained online. I don't know if they were the fans. I thought Prometheus was really cool. Not a perfect movie. I thought that what I thought was cool about Prometheus is that it was trying to do something different within the franchise. Really trying to do something different and kind of go back and create the lore. I thought that was a really cool opportunity to not reset the stage or anything, but just to give us a little bit of an inkling as to what's going on. Because the first movie's so mysterious, everything that you see on that ship, And I even think that Prometheus, it did delve into, we got that xenomorph lookalike thing that came out of What's-Her-Face, and they did have you have like doctors, scientists doing like really foolish, dumb things, like taking their helmets off and, touching foreign substances on foreign planets. I don't think that somebody that was so smart to reach that point of like interstellar or interplanetary space travel and all that stuff they're doing would be so reckless and careless. It's possible, but man, it happens a lot in the Alien franchise, especially in Prometheus and Covenant. They're both very guilty of that. And I think Covenant were so much more worse. God, Covenant was just, it undoes everything that Prometheus did. That I hate when a sequel just throws out what just happened. Like Alien 3 ended up doing that, and that wasn't the original intention behind Alien 3, but the Alien 3 that we got negated a big part of Aliens, unfortunately. And Prometheus not perfect, but it was a think piece, and I liked that. I like that. A little something different. I think Aliens really isn't about the action. Like the whole, when you look at the franchise, the first movie is a creature feature, haunted house slasher kind of thing. And then the second movie is where the action's introduced, right? So it's like, as a series, it it weaves in and out of as to how much action's involved and everything. But yeah, Ridley Scott and all those guys, they were pressured to do something more action heavy for Covenant, and it's fucking garbage. It was painful to watch. Not even Michael Fassbender could save that movie because what was on the page was so absolutely dreadful. Oh, we're off to a good start here. What's happening, Jigsaw? Jiggy dropping a $5 super chat saying happy Sunday fun day. Thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate you. You are awesome, Jiggy. Yeah, you know, and I'm pretty positive about most of the Alien franchise, I would say. You know, the first two movies are absolute classics. I watched the third Alien movie a lot when I was a kid. I was, what did it come out? 92 or 93 or something like that. So I remember when it came out like on VHS, I was like renting it and watching it a lot. That must have been around the time where my brother had shown me the first two Alien movies, like leading up to Alien 3 coming out. You know, it's all foggy. It's been 30 years, maybe 30 plus years. But I remember watching Alien 3 a lot. And, you know, 10-year-old kid watching Alien 3, I wasn't looking at it through the lens of somebody that really knew anything about filmmaking or, you know, storytelling outside of surface level kind of storytelling, you know. I just thought it was cool to see like a rusty, gritty, dirty movie in this, you know, different kind of alien running around like, you know, on four legs like a dog, you know. That was like kind of when I look back and think about the aliens, like I think my first impression was that they were the ones that like ran on the ground, like on all fours. And then I, you know, watched the previous films and realized, oh, they are like they're humanoid as far as like they're bipedal, right? And then also I got the Alien 3, going back to my retro gaming, I got the Alien 3 video game on Sega Genesis. That game is fucking killer. That game is so much fun. And they have both aliens in that. They have the stand-up, they've got the all fours, you're like rescuing people, you're blowing apart the face hugger pods. I think you fight there's like every handful of levels you have to fight another queen boss. It's a lot of fun. Maybe the best thing that came from Alien 3 is the Sega Genesis game. There is a Super Nintendo game. I've never played it. Similar graphics, but I think it's a totally different, not totally different, but there are different gameplay mechanics in there. Okay, let me jump on down and see what else we got going here. Okay, so there was Nathan, said what's up to Nathan, all that good stuff. Resurrection is truly fun. I love Hybrid Ripley. Man, I haven't seen it since, I think that movie came out like late in high school for me, late 90s, early 2000s maybe. So I haven't seen it till it released on like DVD or whatever. I don't remember very much at all. But I know it was, you know, that's one where like Joss Whedon was involved in the writing. I don't know if he I can't remember if he wrote the first script or if he came in to try to like help, you know, doctor some stuff up. It's a very interesting, I know I said earlier in the stream, I know more about behind the scenes than I do about the actual movie. But when I say I know more about behind the scenes, I don't have all the facts straight in my head, okay? So there are really cool videos out there on YouTube, though, that will fill you in on all that. I'm sure you guys, Asha, you've probably seen some of these because you're, you know, such a fan. So those are the kinds of things I love. I don't know if you guys, I've mentioned this channel a few times, Bullets and Blockbusters. Really, really good. I think that's what it is. Bullets and Blockbusters. Awesome channel. Like he goes into the what could have been scenarios and really does deep dives on like how this movie was about to be made and then compares it to the version that we got. And then he even does this really cool thing where he dives into movies that are known for having a really troubled production. And he's like, well, let's grade them on a curve. Let's take account of all the production woes and let's compare that to like the star rating that this movie gets, and let's find someplace in the middle because of everything that this movie went through just to get made. It's like a small miracle. So maybe we can improve in our eyes the way we look at this movie because the movie, you know, had to overcome so much just to come out. I think the last one he did that I saw was Batman Forever. That's a really good one. So, and you know, it's kind of a fun way to sort of defend movies that get hated on quite a bit. Shane C, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't see you, or I didn't snag your chat when you had jumped in. One of our great channel members. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well, man. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I hope I didn't miss you. I hope you're still hanging out here. Can't agree with Resurrection being a good installment, but I agree on it being fun. It is pretty wacky and wild. You know, at that point in the franchise, that's the fourth movie, you might as well just kind of get crazy with it. I can't blame him. I can't blame him for getting crazy with it. Thank you, Nanette. Thank you, Nanette. Not sponsored. What, the cup isn't sponsored? I'm not. So I don't think I am sponsored, but you know, I will tell you guys as far as the Aliens expanded thing. Let's jump into that. Actually, I'm gonna grab this. You know, whenever I do shill for something or you know promote something, I'll be very clear with you guys about what we're doing. So let me do. I'm gonna do that. Oh no, I'm gonna do that. There we go. I know it doesn't look beautiful right now, but let's just, at least I don't look beautiful, kind of haphazardly over my logo. But yeah, guys, just 2 days, 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 3 seconds left to order the Ultimate Aliens Companion documentary. It's a 40th anniversary edition. Guys, this is 2 discs, 15 hours of special features. It doesn't say how long the doc is, but in general, when Creator VC creates documentaries, they're like 4 to 6 hours. And everything I've heard about The Thing expanded, I've not yet seen the entire film, but it's eye-opening of all the behind-the-scenes stuff you get. And here's the cool thing too, guys. These aren't just interviews they're pulling from somebody else or another source. They curate the whole thing. So they create the documentary, they reach out to the people that were involved, and they do fresh interviews and get new stories. That's the way Creator VC does it. That's why what they do is so special. You know, that's why to get this, $64.99 for shipping, you get that really nice fatty box, 15 hours of special features, 32-page booklet. Immediately when you purchase it, you don't have to wait for the physical version just to watch it, because you do get a digital download for the special features and the documentary. So, you know, I know it is a bit on the, I guess, depending on, you know, everyone's position, $64.99, you could look at that and say, oh my gosh. But this is this, you know, huge documentary. This is a limited kind of time purchase, and a piece of physical media that you can have right alongside all of your great alien stuff that you got. And look, Sigourney Weaver takes part in this, James Cameron, Michael Biehn, and many more. Let's just take a quick look. I'm not going to harp on this forever. The link is pinned in the chat, but Gail Ann Hurd, the producer, is there. Paul Reiser, Lance Henriksen. Holy cow. So yeah, a whole bunch of folks involved here. We got some of the rest of the cast as well. Little Newt is there. Jeanette Goldstein, who played Vasquez, and man, she was in so much more. James Cameron was just like, I'll take all the Jeanette Goldstein I can get. She'll be in Terminator 2. She'll be in this. She'll be in that. Love to see it. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that link is pinned in the chat. Only a couple days left. It is Alien Day. So this is the day to kind of, you know, take a look at this and see if it's something that you want to add to your collection. 12 hours of extended interviews. So they must, I would imagine there's a lot of that stuff in the special features section of it. So, you know, this is info, and I'm sure there's going to be all sorts of like anecdotes and stories and stuff like that these people have never told before. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you really quick. Let's jump back on over to the conversation. And yeah, let me do that and that. There we go. But yeah, I am not sponsored by whoever made the Tiki. Miramax made it with Geeky Tikis. That's pretty cool. They had a whole bunch at the what was it? FYE, I think, at the time when I bought it. I have Romulus, but I haven't watched it yet. I'm slow. It's good, Jamie. It's just, you know, there's certain things that when I watch a movie where I'm just like, oh, why did they set it up like that? Why are we even setting stuff up at all when we have like 6 movies of setup, stuff like that, where I'm just like, can't we just get to the story, and can we get aliens back in space for fuck's sake? Can we just go back to space? Let's see here. What else do we got going on? Ranking the Alien franchise. Number 1, Alien. Number 2, Aliens. Number 3, Alien 3. All right. And then Romulus, Prometheus, Alien Covenant. Ooh, Romulus before Prometheus. All right. Yeah, I really love Prometheus. It's probably my 3rd favorite. Even with all its flaws, it feels epic in like a Kubrickian 2001: A Space Odyssey kind of way. I really like that. Oh, totally. Hopefully I didn't make you guys less excited to watch Romulus. I do think it's good, and I think Fede Alvarez is a great director. I think it's tough in the Alien franchise. They've messed around with it so much. I don't know how you fix it other than to really go back to the basics. Nanette, you've seen the best 2 Alien movies. You could stop right there and it will be a perfect franchise for you. But there's other fun to be had, for sure. There's other fun to be had. Yeah, see, I didn't really... I get that, and that's the thing, Asha, is like, if the creature lands for you, then the creature lands for you. They've tried this in all of the Alien movies since 3. And 3, they just have a different kind of xenomorph, but I think all the other Alien movies they've tried, oh, here's the new version of this creature, you know, like let's make a hybrid of this or a hybrid of that. And if it doesn't land with you, yeah, it's just gonna be tough. And it didn't land with me, unfortunately. Yeah, no, I mean, you got to celebrate the successes and everything like that, for sure. Yeah, I just mean to say, like, that you can get even somebody that isn't, you know, popular or anything can still, you know, get a lot of negative attention. Loved Romulus, says Joe. It was horror and fun. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff in there. Some cool stuff in there, and some stuff where I was just, a lot of times where I was just questioning, like, wait, why did they do this in the storytelling? And it doesn't make sense because of this and this. Like, there were a couple of those things. But again, Prometheus has that, and I just said I really like Prometheus. And now the cloud coverage has come in, and I look really dark. Let me know, guys, if you want me to lighten up a little bit. What's my favorite movie from the with an alien that's not an Alien franchise film? Ooh. Favorite movie with an alien that's not an Alien franchise film? Well, Critters is really cool. I like the sequel to Critters a lot as well, so it's really fun. Those two are in the running. Chuck Russell's The Blob from 1988. That's in the running. Suburban Commando. I'm going to throw that one out there. I know that's probably on your list there, Foz. I have fun with Suburban Commando. I was frozen today. Maybe the greatest line in all of cinema. Man, there's so many. There are a lot of good ones. I'm like, I don't want to shortchange any. I'm like, you see me like looking up and looking around. That's me searching my brain, guys, because I'm trying to think of other Alien movies. But I think I named some pretty good ones. I think I did. Yeah, gosh, I know there's gonna be one that I've like totally left off that I'm gonna smack myself in the face over. But I think I got some good ones. Let's see here. What I do for lighting, so I just have, it's a UB size ring light. It wasn't very expensive. I just wanted, sometimes the little mechanics on the mechanisms on the actual stand for the ring light fail, or a little plastic piece breaks. So I try not to be too spendy. So it's just a ring light in front of me. And I know you can't really see them right now, Nathan. They're easier to see at night because I got the sunlight, you know, washing in through the window there. But I do have like these LEDs down behind me. And it's funny, guys. Well, it is actually purple. It's funny. During the day, it looks purple. You can see it right there on the door. At night, it looks blue. It's very interesting how that goes. But yeah, really simple lighting. Nothing too crazy. The LEDs that I have, they're like stand-up LEDs with a stand and everything. And I just lay them down to keep them out of camera. Dude, I love Tears for Fears. Oh my God. Eli Cortez, what's happening? Eli, welcome on in, bud. Thank you so much for joining us, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. I want you to be with me right now. Talk about the weather. Yeah, oh my God. I love Tears for Fears. I've been a huge fan ever since I was a kid. The Shout video was like the first music video I ever remember seeing. And I love it. I love Shout. Shout it's such a simple song. I've talked about it here on the channel, but read the lyrics, guys. It seems like this really simple thing. Man, the lyrics, they are saying something a lot deeper. In fact, I would say that's Tears for Fears' biggest superpower, is that their songs are just come off as like these pop songs that are very accessible and very catchy. And you can dive into the lyrics and find something so much more that you're certainly not going to get it from much pop music, you know, nowadays, like modern pop music. Even in the 80s, I think they were saying something, you know, pretty profound. I think in the 80s, pop music was a bit more conscious. Of course, there was like silly stuff too. Even something like Girls Just Want to Have Fun is like, it's got something to say, you know? It works on both levels. It's like a George Romero movie. You can just be entertained by the pop music, and then if you want to dig in a little bit deeper and be like, oh my gosh, they are actually saying a little something here in this really fun song that just makes me want to like drive around in a car with my friends, like I'll live forever, you know. Like that's the beauty of you know, what you can do when you've got a little more substance and another layer to your art. Nanette says, my favorite Alien movie I put higher than the Alien franchise, but it's Independence Day. All right. That's a great popcorn flick right there. Yes. Hot dogs or cheeseburgers? I love them both, Paula. I eat cheeseburgers a lot more. But I ate a lot of hot dogs when I was a kid growing up. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say hot dogs. They're really fun, man. I'm a big mustard fan, and it's just so simple. Like Gordon Ramsay would say, simple, fresh, rustic. Yes. God, I love that about Gordon. Simple, fresh, rustic. Opening up a menu and there's like 200 items. Oh, I love it. Love it. Thank you for the reminder, Eli. Yes, guys, hit that like button for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's the thing. That's what makes Sam Raimi, Rob Tappert, and Bruce Campbell such awesome producers. I just watched an interview earlier this week with Bruce about Burn, and he was like, you know, early on when I took the producer role, I was a lot more hands-on and wanted to be kind of there, you know, massaging or helping mold everything. And he's like, no, he's like, I've learned, like, we're picking good people to make these things, and I just like, I want the artist to just go make their movie. If they have problems, they can reach out. I'm not going to be on the set. He's like, I hate being on sets if I'm not like part of it, if I'm not like acting or, you know. And he's like, so just make your movie. I'll watch it when it's done. And that's the kind of trust, you know. And I would imagine Sam is probably more hands-on, you know, I don't know for sure. But it's, you know, it's, here's the thing is, this shows that it's possible for studios to just like hire someone you trust and back off a little bit. And I think the Alien franchise could really use some backing off. It seems like the more they try to fix it, it's just getting worse. They cannot stop the bleeding. I've heard really great things about it. Yeah, I heard it's scary as shit too. Yeah, Mac and Me's fun. Mac and Me's fun. I've only seen Mac and Me through the lens of Mystery Science Theater 3000 because they riffed on it as part of their when they did the second season of their return. I think it was the second season of their return when Jonah Ray hosted. It was the only time I've ever seen it. Terrible movie. I mean, fun, but terrible. Thank you for showing some love there to Steph, Jiggy. Really do appreciate you, man. Thank you. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. I watched Alien 3 so many times that had Rock from the hit Fox TV show Rock in it. Who is he? Is he like the preacher guy? Man, there's a lot of actors in that movie in Alien 3 that when you look back, you're like, oh, these guys were like became bit actors for a good long while. Yeah. Ripley looks so cool in Alien 3 with the shaved head. She just looked awesome. We got Gina, aka My Chunky Jordy, in the chat. How are you doing, Gina? Say hi to Ziggy for us. Give him some loves. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being a channel member for eternity. I mean, since time began. Alien Isolation is terrifying, says Jamie. Highly recommend. And Davey, if I can teach myself modern games, you can too. Yeah, and it's not that. It's, I think, like the time. And then, dude, systems are so expensive now. I don't know if I want to spend money on that, even if I had it, to just spend on, like, that's the thing is I would have to say to myself, well, if I'm going to spend like $600 on this thing or $500 just to play a game, then I have to find time to play the game to make the purchase worth it. You know, it's like I would, if I were over at somebody's house and they're like, hey, I have Alien Isolation, do you want to play? I'd be like, let's go. Yes. Yeah. But the investment to, you know, to get involved. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, this is a two-parter of some Covenant talk. Yeah, see, and I know I'm only reading half of the text, Asha. I'll go find the first half, but dude, it's like Covenant actually expanded on the mythos of the genetic accelerator. But what, like, it is such a fucking mess. Like, let's just be honest. Like, Covenant was trying to like they vomited all over the carpet, you know, and they wanted to just cover it up by like throwing a shirt on top of it. you know, all this explanation. It's so convoluted, and watching Covenant, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on with this timeline and why the last movie that we watched is totally meaningless right now. And I you know, honestly, it just kind of irked the hell out of me. We got Gannon's hanging out, one of our great channel members, one of our new channel members. Welcome on in, Gannon. Hope you're doing well. I love the name Ganon. It always makes me think of that. They use the bald bull laugh in Zelda 2. When you have a game over, it says game over, the return of Ganon. And he goes, and it's totally like I think it's the bald bull laugh. They probably use it for multiple characters in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. But it is literally the same sound effect. I love that. Love it. How's it going, Tom? Welcome on in, man. Says, hey, Davey, cleaning the house for wifey. She doesn't feel good, but wanted to stop in and say you to man. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate you jumping on in, man. It's been a while. Hope all is well. Hope your wife feels better soon. Yeah, guys, I used to put in like the earbuds and like, you know, listen to stuff while I was like vacuuming or doing whatever. It's a good, you know, listen to a podcast or listen to a stream or one of your favorite YouTubers or whatever. That's how I spend my free time. I truly am an audience member. He's celebrating doing a 30-second meerkat sit-up before resting on the couch, and now he's back to running around like a loony loon. Dogs are just so full of energy. I know you're always joking with me, Tia. I don't ever I would always assume you're joking, unless you know, you would have to make it pretty obvious that you weren't. Yes. Well, because, you know, and the reason why I bring it up, Asha, is because I've talked about, I have developed since doing creative or, you know, content creation. I have developed relationships with filmmakers whose movies I liked before I met them. So like Vincent DeSanti from Womp Stomp Films, he does the Never Hike Alone movies, the Friday the 13th fan films. I've been watching those since like 2018 or whatever, when he put out the first one. And then I met him just almost 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, probably. And so I speak highly of his films. I've always thought highly of his films, and I've had people be like, you're just shilling for this guy because somebody said that I was like in business with him. And I hate to break it to you. I wish I were. If Vin asked me to be a part of a project or something like that, I mean like part of the crew or something, like even if I'm just running and getting coffee, I would absolutely be there. But that's why I just am upfront about it, because people will get snarky and say things like that. So yeah, if I am caping for somebody because I have a vested interest, I will let you know. Holy cow, look at that. Nathan Thornwood became a YouTube channel member. Thank you so much, Nathan. Really do appreciate you, man. That is awesome. Look at that second stream, and he's getting that membership. Nathan, I do want to let you know, I don't know why I'm so croupy in the throat, guys. Sorry. I do want to let you know, guys, for the channel members, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're doing Horror Movie Club. That's something I started this year in 2026, just as every other week. It's like a book club kind of, but we talk about movies. And we don't just talk about movies the way we're talking about them here. I mean, sometimes it veers into just sort of that kind of chitter chatter, but really it's to focus on the thematic elements that tie the movies together, to look at them as literature, because I do feel like film is it's a version of literature. It's a visual vislit, we can call it. So it's really cool to dive in and go a little bit deeper. And I do my homework on these and come ready with topics to talk about. And then we don't watch the movies together or anything like that. So the idea is like, you guys, watch the movies independently, come and hang out for the Horror Movie Club. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about Caveat and Oddity, which are the first two Damian McCarthy full-length features. If you don't know who Damian McCarthy is, you might have heard of a movie coming out this coming Friday called Hokum. That's his third movie. Oddity created a pretty big splash. And Caveat, I didn't hear about it at the time, but it was, in festivals and winning awards and had a lot of buzz. And for whatever reason, I just didn't, it didn't fly on my radar. Oddity did. I watched it, thought it was great, went back, watched Caveat, thought to myself, oh my God, this guy, Damian McCarthy, is one of my favorite storytellers out there right now. He writes and directs and they're really good stories. They have there's a slow burn quality. There's a folklore quality. They're all Irish films. Irish folklore is big in his movies. I love folklore. I love the Irish stuff. You know what it is it's just like any sort of foreign folklore. And I love American folklore too, but there's something so exotic about folklore from another country. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It just excites me to experience another culture, something that's totally mysterious and new to me through the lens of somebody that's like lived it, breathed it, and wants to share that with the world. I think that's a really special, beautiful thing. You know, I think there's so much culture all over the world to be enjoyed, and everyone should be proud of where they're from and all that kind of stuff. I'm certainly proud to, you know, I'm proud to be an American. Like, I really am. It doesn't, to me, it's never wavered as far as like whoever the leadership is. To me, it's like I've never liked any of them very much. So it's more about the like what we can stand for as a people, right? And I feel like people all over the world should feel that way and take ownership. And you know, being a patriot is a positive thing. And I don't know why I'm talking about being a patriot, although I guess I'll just swing it back around to say I think what Damian McCarthy is doing to spread the Irish folklore out there and everything is awesome. And it's a way to share a part of Irish culture that isn't the surface level stereotypical stuff. So anyways, Nathan, thank you so much for being a channel member. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to talk Caveat and Oddity. We're going to talk those thematic elements. We're going to whet our appetites for Hokum. I saw it last week. I will probably go see it again. I liked it that much. It's my favorite of his three, and it really locked in some of, you know, I was like, it really made me realize some of the themes that we are going to talk about on the members only stream tomorrow. And again, guys, it's only 99 cents if you want to become a member. It's like super affordable. I try to make it as worth it as possible. The way that Damien looks at his, I know I'm all over the place, but the way that Damien deals with grief through horror, and each one of the movies shows a totally different side. It's not the same thing. It's a different, I don't know, a different flavor of grief, or maybe a different character that's going through. You know, it's very, very good. Small cast. Love it. I think Adam Scott's the first American to be in one of his movies. So yeah, very, very pumped on that. And I just wanted to talk about it just to let you guys know that for all the members that we're doing that tomorrow. Hell yeah, Asha. So here's the thing. If you use my link that's pinned in the chat, I get a little kickback on it. If you use any other link out there, I don't, and that's totally fine. Feel free to, you know, purchase it, or, you know, through whoever. You don't have to use mine. I just wanted to share mine, and I do get a little love from the creator VC folks if you purchase through that. I totally hear you. There. Can't afford stuff like that, but I do have an 8-disc collection of the first 4 films. That's awesome. That is damn awesome. That must be the one? Yeah. I remember when that box came out. That was a cool deal. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Taking me for a walk. I should go for a walk later. Wow, guys, it's not so bad. It's 75 and windy. It's been like 100 lately. So yeah, Critters 2 is really good. Yeah. The Blob's so awesome. Yeah, I like Suburban Commando. Granted, I saw it when I was a kid, but I liked it. Oh, The Wraith is really good. The Wraith is really good. How about that, the way that I said that? That's when you know. I'm like, oh, The Wraith's really good. The Wraith is really good. Who talks like that? Every now and then, guys, with my cadence and everything, and my syncopation, there are times when I'm like, who talks like that? Like, sometimes I edit a video and I'm like, that sounds so weird, the gaps that I put in between words, and I try to like edit them to make them sound more natural. So funny. Yeah. I'm not normal. I wouldn't have it any other way. How about that? We got just Jacoby in the house. How are you doing, Jacoby? Jacoby Jones. Jacoby Jones? Oh, that was a receiver, I think, for the Baltimore Ravens. There you go. Yeah, man, that Spider Noir looks pretty good, huh, Jacoby? All right, Asha says, so, Evil Dead. Are they going to use books from previous films in Burn and Wrath? Which book are you most excited for making an appearance, and which character cameo gives you the urge to join us? I'm going to answer that question, Asha. I'm going to star it, but really quick, I just saw Jiggy getting jiggy with it. So, oh my gosh. Boom, look at that. Number 2, someone has to, with another $5. Thank you so much, Jiggy. Jiggy says, boom, 3, but it was a $2 super chat. And oh, I hate autocorrect. Shake my head. Ahem. Boom, 3. Thank you so much, Jiggy, with another $5, and 4 with a 5, and 5 onion rings with another 5. Holy cow, Jigsaw. Jigsaw, I'm so curious to know, because, you know, I've seen you in other chats, and I'd seen you over here. And then I've just noticed over the last like couple months or so, you know, you've just, I'm just curious to know. It's not like, why are you hanging out so much? But I'm very curious, like, was there something that I talked about or covered on the channel that brought you in? That's what I'm curious to know about. Because you've been very supportive and very awesome. And so there's a curiosity. And then there's also like well, maybe that's something I need to talk about again, you know? And maybe I already have since you joined up, but thank you so much for the support, man. Really do appreciate you. That is amazing, guys. We just crushed the goal, and probably right before it ended. So we're going to keep on rolling here. We'll go for another hour, regardless of how grumbly my tumby is. I'm grumbly in my tumbly. It's time for something sweet. Isn't that a Winnie the Pooh thing or something? Jiggy, again, thank you so very much, man. Really do appreciate you. Okay, so Asha, to get back to your question here. Let's see here. There we are. So, yeah, guys, I just saw the other night, Joe and I from Media Poop Shoot, we went and watched Fight Club in 4K. It was a 4K remaster, and then we watched The Evil Dead after that. The original. So, Fight Club looked stunning. I haven't seen that movie in maybe like 15 years. Oh my God. It is like just as relevant as it was. I don't think that story's ever not going to be relevant. The performances are out of control. Bonkers. The visual effects are unreal. Like there are so many CG shots in that movie that go from a real shot to a CG shot to zoom in on whether it's like one of the bomb, you know, wires or the inside of a computer. Like, you guys, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Even the credits, you know, are kind of going through like the neurons and everything in the brain, or what, you know, synapses firing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, man, Fight Club is just incredible. Had so much fun with that. And what was really cool is we watched it. There were like some kids that were probably like about 20 next to us. One of them had never seen it again, or had never seen it before. The others had seen it, you know, a few times, once or twice or whatever. And it was just really cool to like listen to their reaction during the movie. I was laughing a lot because I find a lot of that movie to be darkly humorous. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if they think I'm a weirdo for laughing so much. But afterwards, I was just like, I'm curious to know, because I was a senior in high school when this movie came out, and I just like want to know what, you know, you guys think of it, you know. And it was, they fucking love Fight Club. So there's some hope out there for the youth. And then The Evil Dead, to go back to your question, Asha. So I noticed for the very first time, I caught it. I never caught this before. When Ash pushes play on the tape and he's listening to Professor Nobi's tape, you know, there is, he says, I've located, whatever. I'm not going to get the words exactly right, but he's basically like, I've located a volume of ancient Sumerian burial rites and incantations, something like that. And I had never noticed that he said a volume. Like, a volume means a lot, right? Because even then, they're setting up the groundwork that there are more of these books. Fast forward to Evil Dead Rise. Well, actually, just fast forward to The Evil Dead, or Evil Dead 2013, different book. Okay, fast forward to Evil Dead Rise, different book. They're listening to the records. The guys on the records are talking about 3 volumes. This is the 3rd volume of the Necronomicon, or whatever, you know, whatever phrasing they use. It's been a little bit since I've seen Rise. Come on, give me a break. I haven't seen it as much as the others. So that solidified that, okay, there are 3 volumes of these books. And they've narrowed it down to 3. Of course, they could always expand it if they want to. I think 3 is a good way to go. You've already said a volume in the first one. Now in your 5th movie, you're like, hey, there's 3 of these things. So I don't think we're going to get any others than that. I know you're not really asking that, but yes, we are going to see the books. I guess you kind of are asking that. You say, are they going to use books from previous films? Yes, they have to. They're locked in. As far as Sam Raimi has told us through what he's allowed in these movies, it seems like we are locked into these 3 books being the books. So we may see them in different times in history, all over the world. Like, you know, it could be that way too. I don't know what it is. Of course I could be wrong. I have the feeling that Evil Dead Burn is gonna feel and look like, it already kind of looks like Evil Dead 2 to me. There's the stuff with Ruby's house from Ash vs. Evil Dead. It looks like we're in Ruby's house. If you've not seen the TV show, the online sleuths have done a lot of great work, so you can check it out from them. But yeah, I'm getting a feeling that we are in that world because Ash vs. Evil Dead is very similar to Evil Dead 2. You know, the humor, the tone, the way the Deadites look, all that kind of stuff. So I think we're going to be there, and I would not be surprised if Evil Dead Burn takes place in the past, in like the 80s or early 90s. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't have any reason to think that it is from what I've seen. Maybe the Red Band trailer will give us a better idea. It probably will. You know, if we see anything that kind of keys us in as to what year it could be happening in. But I have the idea or the feeling that it's going to be happening, you know, 30-ish years ago, something like that. Which character cameo gives you the urge to join us? So I want to see the original book come back. That's what I want for Evil Dead Burn. I think it would be really cool. I don't really need any cameos though. I'm cool with it being like, with each story being a la carte and not doing too much like memberberry kind of stuff, like over the top memberberry stuff. You know, with Bruce being sick and everything, if he would like to play Ash again, if he's up for it and they can find a way to work him in, I would love to see Ash. And I think that if you get Ash, you gotta get Mia and have them both be in there together. So I don't think it's gonna happen, Asha, but I'd be down to see that. And I don't want them to really be a cameo. I want them to be like kicking ass together. Beth, Mia, and Ash, like, you know, rolling in like through a time portal to clean up the scraps or something in the last act of a movie could be wild, but it could be so much fun. We've seen the time portal. It wouldn't be weird, right? Sunday hanging's going well. I'm just blah, blah, blahing evil Alex. Thanks for jumping on in, man. Really do appreciate you. Guys, I think I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, there's tons of melancholia there. I love it. Yeah. Hot take, a hot dog is a sandwich. Yes, it is. It is a sandwich. Absolutely. And you can prove it's a sandwich because sometimes the bun splits and then it really is just 2 separate pieces of bread. Oh, yeah. Don Keat, how are you doing, Don? So great to see you. That's why we do the streams at this time of day, so we can have folks from all over the place jumping on in. I hope you're doing well, Don. So awesome to see you. The Faculty or They Live for Alien movie. That's see? Those are really good. Those are really good. I knew I was going to miss some big ones. Not a big Alien movie fan, but was obsessed with the X-Files as a youngin'. X-Files is great, Shane. Yeah, for me, it's just like, I like the Alien movies, I think, do the scary alien thing the best. I'm trying to think of I don't know. I don't know how many, I wouldn't say I'm a big Alien movie person, but I've seen some really good ones. I mean, Critters, right? Technically. Creature Feature as well. Technically. Let's see. Okay, dude, it's been so long. I don't think I've seen Alien 3 since 1993. I liked Covenant and Prometheus more than Romulus. Fair enough, man. Covenant really didn't do it for me, but yeah, I just think Romulus, it just felt like a placeholder. It's it's good, 3 stars. It's kind of like, I know 3 stars can seem good. It can seem bad depending on the movie. I just watched Hellraiser Bloodline for the first time this last week. Guys, that movie is not as bad as everyone says it is. Everyone rips on that movie as if it's the most atrocious thing in the world. I gave it 3 stars. I gave Hellraiser Bloodline 3 stars. The effects were awesome. I loved them. Yeah, I don't know. Plenty of pinhead action. I actually think like I like the story that's told through time. People call it Hellraiser in space or whatever, and it's like, well, only a part of it. Like 20% of that movie takes place in space, but it is like it's a pretty epic for Hellraiser, and for a movie that's like an hour and 25 minutes, that's about as epic as you can get. So I'm not saying it's amazing, but I'm just saying 3 stars can mean okay, that movie just like met the bar. You know, with Romulus, it probably sounds bad to say 3 stars. Then when you say Hellraiser Bloodline is 3 stars, people are like, oh shit, like that one's good. You know, so 3 stars is the everyone can hate me or no one can hate me position. Okay, what else do we got here? That's true. You can watch movies on it, YouTube now. It's true. That's true. That's very true. You make a good point, Jamie, but I can still watch it on my PS4. I could probably get a version of Isolation on my PS4. Probably. I don't know. Actually prefer the Alien 3 theatrical cut of Alien 3 over prefer the dog over the cow Alien. Oh yeah. I've never seen that assembly cut. Sorry, I kind of fucked up your message when I read it, Alex. I haven't eaten yet today and I haven't had my caffeine. In fact, I don't know. Maybe I should grab a little caffeine. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, I've never seen the assembly cut. So I've never, like, I've watched the, you know, the people do like the documentary thing on YouTube about it. So I've seen some pictures and maybe like some raw footage or whatever. But yeah, maybe I should seek out that you know, cobbled together kind of Fincher cut, you know, just to tell the difference. But I guess I should revisit the Alien 3 anyways, you know. Several years after Shout dropped in 84, it compelled me to apologize to my mom for being a dick to her in my youth. She's long since passed, but the reconciliation felt great. It was never, you know, that's why it's encouraging to, you know, when you have that opportunity, you know, to take care of those things. And then that way you don't have to sit there and regret or wish that you had done something or said something that you did. But that's a very sweet thing, Nathan. And that's reconciliation does feel great. It does. Unfortunately it's not always possible. But I think if at least one person is able to come forth with some humility, then it opens up the other person to a little bit of that as well. Hopefully, you know, apologizing is a good thing, a positive thing. I think being able to admit that you're wrong or that you were wrong is really positive as well. People that can't admit faults or can't admit that they were wrong or don't want to share responsibility for things they're involved with, I see those as red flags, you know? I see those as like kind of narcissistic tendencies. So, you know, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anyone. I'm just saying. Not done your homework. You better get your homework done, Tia. I mean, at least you should maybe watch one of them. They're both really good, Tia. I would say like Oddity is probably like, if I were to recommend somebody watch one of his movies to start with, I would recommend Oddity first. Maybe it's because that's the order I watched it in. But Oddity's a little more straight horror, still slow burn, but a little more straight horror. Caveat has these horror elements and these suspenseful and thrilling elements. But you know, Oddity might be a bit more your thing. Excuse me, guys. Here I'm sniffing over here. Covenant needs a director's cut. Yeah, man. Oh, I know you're coming in late, Alex, but it just broke my heart that they kind of undid everything from Prometheus. Because I thought Prometheus had a lot of good things going for it. Yeah. Thank you, Eli. Appreciate you. And you do have to be a member to watch the movie club to tune into that live stream. But just 99 cents a month can get you in. Didn't like Caveat, but I enjoy Oddity. I can totally get that. They're different sorts of films, right? Oddity is way more horror, you know, like I was just saying. But man, Caveat for being a first film, I always kind of think about that too. First film, damn, dude. I thought Caveat's like really good for a first film, for an independent filmmaker, first film. I felt the same way with Queens of the Dead. Jamie, I don't know if you were in here when I talked about Queens of the Dead, but I finally watched that a couple weeks ago. It's George Romero's daughter, Tina, made that movie. She wrote it with a woman that's a stand-up comedian. It was the first movie they've ever written. It was Tina Romero's very first movie she's ever directed, and it was a fucking blast. It was so much fun. And I don't really know much about like drag culture and all that kind of stuff. I only know like the surface level stuff that's probably incorrect, stuff that's like, you know, stereotypical and from the 90s. Like, yeah, I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, so like I think of like drag queens and stuff, I think of RuPaul, you know, and that's kind of where it ends, other than just like images I've seen. But man, Queens of the Dead, fully like really well realized characters. These are like, they're people, they're not just stereotypes and cliches. And the movie is like, takes its jabs at everyone. It's a lot more funny, I think, than the Romero movies, but it fits within that world. It's just that I think with Tina, she's like, I can still say something socially, but I can just, we'll lean into the humor with everything. And I was blown away. 4 stars. Like, no joke, 4 stars for me. For me. I was lucky enough to get or a PS5 4 months ago on Black Friday sale. Yeah, dude. And then it's crazy with the chips. And then I heard something like, I don't follow all the video game news too much. It's just like, I don't play very much. So I you know, I give it a little bit of space in my head, but I do follow some streamers here on YouTube and they talk about it. So I get a little info drip from them. And it sounds like there's even like stores that are, I don't know if it's GameStop, that are like encouraging people like, you know, hey, do you want to get your, I don't know if it's a new PS5 or is it the 6 that they're like pre-selling? I thought it was a 5 that's like with a huge, some sort of upgrade. You guys have to let me know. But they're like encouraging people like trade in your existing system, and then people are still having to dump like $300 or $400 or something like that on top of everything. So it's like, get rid of this thing you just spent $500 on a couple of years ago, and then spend another. It's out of control. Out of control. Let's see here. So you might like reading about the Morrigan. My father scared the crap out of us when we were younger, telling us about it. Oh, so Dodo Irish. It's not just a cute name. Are you Irish? Do you live in Ireland? Let me look it up. The Morrigan. See, and like this is why I think, you know, how we're connected globally and being able to like share culture is just so friggin' powerful and awesome. The Morrigan. Okay. You talking about the movie from 2025? Is that what it is? Saffron Burrows? It looks like this is straight up. Is the movie in Gaelic? Because it looks like the title is written in Gaelic or something. Yeah. Follows an archaeologist who travels to Ireland to uncover a long dead tomb. A threat is released and she will have to fight to keep her teenage daughter from falling under control of the Morrigan, a vengeful pagan war goddess. Wow, it almost sounds like Lee Cronin's The Mummy took something from this, because wow. It's very similar. This is very similar. Oh my gosh. Anyone that's seen The Mummy in the chat, like, you know what I'm talking about just from that synopsis. It feels very similar. I'm going to put that Dodo Irish. I don't know your name, so I'm just going to keep on calling you. I'll just call you Irish. What up, Irish? I'm going to add that to my list because I'm watching a bunch of movies I've never seen before in my life. So let me look up The Morrigan. Let's see here. There it is from 2025. All right. Saffron Burrows, James Cosmo, Emily Flane, Art Parkinson. I hope this is the one you're talking about. And maybe this is just, maybe you're just talking about the traditional story, if it's like a written, you know, folklore story. So let me know. There isn't enough folklore and monster films in general in horror. Agreed. Or at least the ones, like, we're not getting really good ones that are having, like, you know, bigger releases. Yeah, it's true, man. Folklore is amazing. The Ritual from like 2018 or 2017, whatever that was. Pumpkinhead. I mean, I can go on and on, but I love folklore. And what I love about folklore is not even just every country, but every like different culture has its own set. Like, I grew up in Southeast Alaska, and there, you know, each native tribe they have their stories and everything like that. They've got their, you know, you can call it mythology or whatever you want to call it, but they have their own lore. And within their lore, they've got these monsters and these things that they, you know, warn people of. In Southeast Alaska specifically, there's a creature called the Kushtaka. And the Kushtaka is kind of like it's almost like a native Alaskan vampire of sorts. It's a shapeshifter. They sometimes they lure people into the water. Other times they lure people into the woods. And I think it was a cautionary tale for never hike alone, And for kids to not like run off in the woods without supervision and stuff. It was sort of like, oh, if you go out there, you're going to get lost. Somebody is going to approach you and offer to help you, but it's really the Kushtaka in disguise, and they're pulling you further into oblivion. They're basically taking you into their realm. So, and that's one tribe from Southeast Alaska. So think of the plethora of folklore and creatures and cautionary tales that could be developed into stories that could be shared with everyone in the world. I would love to see that. I would love to see a Native American filmmaker from Alaska tackle some of those. Would be really, really cool. Be very cool. Okay. And the reason why I say it, specifically Native American filmmaker, because when I was growing up there in Alaska, the storytelling, the oral passage of storytelling, still huge in the Native culture out there. Very much a part of it. And, there's this idea of like these stories keep on living if they get passed down from generation to generation. So people hear this, kids growing up in that Native culture hear these stories more than once. They hear it from more than one person. So same stories told by different people. Then at some point, they're going to be the ones that have kids and pass those stories on. It's I think you would get so much like texture and so much nuance and so many layers if you went directly to the source. If you just went with somebody like me that grew up there but didn't grow up in the culture, like I'm aware of these things and I could look these stories up and try to tell them. I just think it would be better if it were somebody that grew up in the culture. Although I guess you could always hire a cultural consultant, something like that. They did that on Sinners. They hired an Irish cultural consultant. They hired cultural consultants for, there were a few different that I saw in there. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, it's a good idea to do if you're making a movie, just to make sure you're covering all your bases and everything. Oh man, I'm so sorry that I missed you on the responses there. Hope you have a great rest of your night there, Irish. If you come back and watch the replay, I did put the Morrigan in my watch list, and I've been watching a lot of movies lately. 4, if you count Jason Goes Out. Well, it's the same book from the original trilogy. So yeah, because I know it's crazy. Like the book in Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness, even though it doesn't look the same, it is the same book. It was just because of rights and because the way they're making their props and everything, the book ended up looking different. But the book for the trilogy has one book, which is the book they used in Jason Goes to Hell. And then 2013 and then Rise. Jason Goes to Hell, that's one of the, man, it's like technically, I guess you could say Jason Goes to Hell is I think you can say it's tied to the Evil Dead. Calling Jason a Deadite, I think I draw the line there. He might be something else. Because guys, 3 books, the Deadites probably aren't the only thing, right? We did have the amalgamation in Evil Dead Rise, and then we had the what did they call it? Oh, the Abomination. Is that what they called it at the end of the Evil Dead? The thing that comes out of the ground to get Mia, like her evil side. But Jason isn't like those either. So Jason could have been like Jason. If you want to make it work in the headcanon, I don't think he is a Deadite. He could be some sort of creature that is conjured from the Necronomicon, for sure. Sorry, it took me a while to figure out that word. I was like, it's not concocted, conjured. There you go, Davey. The show is so good. I cannot blame you for that. The tone is amazing. Dana DiLorenzo as Kelly is hilarious, beautiful. She's got the best hair I've ever seen in my life. Ray Santiago as Pablo, awesome. The Kelly and Pablo, I think the toughest thing about Ash vs. Evil Dead, like putting that together, is finding 2 performers and writing 2 characters that can actually hang with Ash. And they did both of those things. So yeah, Evil Dead, Ash vs. Evil Dead is awesome. Ranking time, again, from Asha. Evil Dead. Here, I'm going to read them backwards. So Evil Dead Rise, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, right? Ash vs. Evil Dead 2013, and The Evil Dead. I think I'm kind of right there with you. I don't think I put the show in my ranking when I did my ranking, but I think it's the same ranking, Asha. It's been a little bit. Maybe I need to do another one. After Burn comes out, I'll re-rank them. How about that? I'm a fan of Evil Dead for Ash being a badass fighting Deadites, the gore, and his funny dialogue. I'm not really a fan of the movies without him and kind of generic horror film characters and teens. No, I gotcha. Well, I think, Fede Alvarez's film still feels very much to me like a Sam Raimi film. I think Evil Dead Rise does too. I'm always like those movies. The first movie's my favorite in the franchise. I love Evil Dead 2 to death. Army of Darkness is a lot of fun, but it just kind of ranks lower for me because I like the more serious, gruesome stuff more than the comedy, but I still like the comedy. Evil Dead 2013 is my second favorite, though, in the franchise. I think it showed, that movie proved to me, just one person here, but it proved to me that you actually can do Evil Dead without Ash. We were fortunate to get as much Ash as we got, and I love that he is the mascot and the icon of the franchise. Like, if you had to pick one, it's him. And I dig that. But I am all for more stories being, told here. If I agree, though, you say generic horror film characters and teens, I totally get you. I would love to see something a bit more epic, Alex. Like, I've talked about it here on the channel before. I would love to see, like, how did the books get to America? Maybe, hear me out, maybe one of the books was on the Santa Maria, right there with Columbus. Maybe it was on one of his smaller ships. Like, if you don't want Columbus to be in the movie, and you can write it to where when the ship, crashes up on the shore or whatever, it's just filled with deadites and body parts all over the place. So you could do a movie just like that, like Last Voyage of the Demeter. You could do a movie where, bringing it back to native tribes, you could do pre-colonial days or colonial days here in the States and have a book around there. You could do like Salem witch hunt kind of era. You could do Northern African colonial days, like late 1700s could be really cool. Feudal Japan. Like, you could go all over the place. I'm just talking about the Northern Hemisphere so far. But you could do, it's amazing what they could do. And they wouldn't have to be generic horror film characters or teens. So Old West, that's what an Old Western, Evil Dead. Imagine that. Just takes place over like a day and a half. Or, just like stranger rolls into town. He has no idea. Everyone's giving him the side eye and they're looking all nervous and sweaty. And he's like, what's with these people? Are they going to kill me? But really what he doesn't know is they're already like a day into this deadite attack. Could be pretty cool. The member berries. Yes. The kickback doesn't include personal info. What do you mean? I don't get any information. Like, no, they don't tell me who bought it, or anything like that. So, it just tells me how many people used my link to purchase. So all I see is just a number of how many were sold. Yeah, so I don't get any of that. No, none of that kind of stuff. Your secret's safe with me. Holy cow, I'm so far behind. Look at that jigsaw. Boom. $10 super chat says, to answer you, may not been here since day one. But I've been here since you've been at 1,000 subs, and no particular reason. You just keep it real and know how to entertain us, giving us a break from the real world. Thank you so very much, man. I just had noticed that there was, sometimes you notice that somebody is just like, oh, wow, this person they were in here every now and then. And now I'm seeing like a lot more. So I just I love seeing it. I just want to make sure, is there something I'm doing that's making it work? So thank you so very much for the confirmation, and way too sweet of you. You did not have to send a super chat to answer me. But thank you so very much. Really do appreciate you. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Isn't that crazy? Ooh, The Hidden. I've never seen The Hidden, Jamie. I'm looking it up on Letterboxd here. The Hidden. I think I've heard of it though. Oh, maybe not. 87. No, I've not heard of this movie. Oh my God, it's got our guy. Jack Shoulder directed it? Okay, I gotta check it out. Because the only other Jack Shoulder movie that I've seen that I know of is Freddy's Revenge. But Kyle MacLachlan, yeah, there you go. Oh my God. I'll watch it just for him. Clu Gulager? Dude, now you got me. And Clu was in Freddy's Revenge. Lynn Shay is in this movie? Oh my gosh, okay. 3.6 is the average rating. All right, Jamie, thank you so very much. I've got that on my watch list. I will have to watch it. My friends' neighbors would make a good sci-fi. They love to act inhuman. They could do a body snatcher flick, Gina. Body snatchers, yeah. Yeah, he's such a small role in there, but it is really funny to see Adam Scott with he's got a little baby fat on his face still. Because he's so, like, you know, I guess he seems relatively small, at least in, you know, stature and everything. He's got such chiseled features, you know, since seeing him in Party Down, but little baby face Adam Scott. Rank all the horror sequels with Bloodline subtitle. Dude, Ty, that's an idea, and I'm writing it down because I love doing the tier maker rankings with you, where you guys get to vote, you know? I'm writing that down. I think that's actually kind of fun. Tier maker ranking all of the movies with Bloodline in the title. Should we do one for Resurrection? And another for Resurrection. We should do both. And I'll try to limit it to horror movies, but we might throw in some other ones. Yeah. You know awesome when you see awesome. You guys are too sweet. I have not. Thank you for the reminder, Gina. It popped up. Why did it pop up? There's some actor that's in it. Let me bring it up. Dance of the Dead. You guys are awesome. This is exactly, I know, guys, this is different than the usual streams and everything we do. But this is why we like to do this, you know, laid back kind of thing. So Gina, I need you to answer a question for me because there are two movies called Dance of the Dead. From one of them's from 2005 and one of them's from 2008. So I don't know which one you're talking about. Is it Toby Hooper with Robert Englund? Is that the one you're talking about with Robert Englund in it? Let me know, Gina. Let me know. Jigsaw celebrating 2 months of channel membership. Thank you so very much, Jiggy. Really appreciate you. Yeah, dude, oddity creeped the hell out of me. I want to feel like jump scares don't really matter to me. Gore is like, you know, can help you sort of like cringe back or reel back and all that. Like gore can be great. I want to feel dread and I want to feel unease. Those are the things that I don't know if they scare me, but they put me in that mode where I'm like, I feel like I'm watching a horror movie. And I think Damian McCarthy does a really good job at, you know, permeating that dread throughout his storytelling and making you feel like you're on unsteady ground, you know? I love it. Yeah, it just came out like last October. It had a super limited run in the theaters. It's an IFC movie. I can't even find what the budget was for it on the internet. That's like how low key it was. But oh my gosh, I hope I'm not overselling it. I was just impressed. First time filmmaker. I had such a good time. Yeah. And some really good performers in there too. Favorite British comedian, Dylan Moran and Lee Evans are ones to look out for. Who's the guy? I guess he's probably Irish though. The guy he's in Father Ted. He's like the younger priest. That's kind of he's a bit of a dummy. He cracks me up. Eddie Izzard. Like I really like Dress to Kill. I think that's a pretty awesome stand-up. Dylan Moran, super funny. I've never seen his stand-up, but I think he's hilarious in Black Books and everything I've seen him in. I've really liked him as a performer. Yeah, Black Books, Father Ted, IT Crowd, banger. Yeah, I haven't bought anything from those guys in a long time. Memory shortage, yeah. Like they can't just create more. Take care, Eli. Thanks so much for hanging out, man. Hope you have a great rest of your day. So many great mythologies, and as much as you love folklore, if you read books, you should look into it. Yeah, absolutely. I know there's so much out there to be found. Film is my preferred medium for, you know, ingesting storytelling. I prefer it over reading and all that kind of stuff. So not to say that I don't enjoy reading or that I don't ever read. There's something about movies, like they thrill me in a way that a book really never has. But I totally get what you're saying though, because these mythologies, you know, probably 90 to 95% of mythological stories have not been realized in a visual storytelling medium. So yeah, if I want to get the good, I do have to read the book. So it's true. Yeah, Antlers. I heard good stuff about Antlers. That, to me, when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, Antlers kind of has this Kushtaka kind of thing. If you've never heard of the Kushtaka, let me see if I can find a way to spell it. Because Tlingit is a very, when Tlingit is written in English lettering, it is a very interesting looking language. So let me see if I can. Kushtaka. Okay. Oh, okay. They found it. This is a pretty easy way. Here, I'll drop this link in the. I'm just curious, like, if any of you guys have ever heard of this stuff, or if you're curious to read about it, I'll just drop that link there in the chat. That's just a Wikipedia article on it. So, take it as it is and maybe look up some other stuff about it if you want to know more. But this looks pretty all right. Oh, and they do have the real native spelling here and everything like that. So they call them ottermen, shapeshift. It's just very, this stuff's so fascinating to me. I fucking love it. Like, I love people being creative. We are, a lot of creatures create, a nest or a home or something like that. Human beings are the only creature that we know of, at least on this earth or on this planet, that can have an idea and then create something from an idea. Something that's not vital to survival, but really, really fun. And I love that about us, all right, let's see what else we got. And guys, I do see you guys dropping some. You want me to make a movie on which one? Kushtaka? Yeah, if you guys have recommendations for me, I might miss some of them here, and I don't want to, every time someone recommends, I don't want to stop the stream just to jump in and look it up. But please, guys, I've got my links in the description below. If you want to reach out, you can shoot me a message or something like that if you've got to recommend, for sure. What's happening? We got Corey from Wilkie's Movies and Music. How you doing, Corey? Welcome on in. I'm so far behind on the chat. I think I'm going to skip all the way ahead unless I see, a super chat or something. I did see that Western prequel. Yeah, more Western horror would be great. John Carpenter's Vampires is fucking awesome. I love James Woods as a performer. He just seems so natural. I love him. Just watched him in Videodrome for the first time a couple weeks ago. That Cronenberg movie. Oh my God, what a fucking awesome movie, dude. I need to watch all of the David Cronenberg stuff I haven't seen as quickly as I can, because everything of his that I've seen is fucking next level awesome. Just mindfuckery and beautiful. We can do that. Yeah, Asha, we can do that. You guys want to do something like that? We can work that in, yeah. And we could even do a chill hang and do that as just part of it. You know what I mean? So we can have some fun for sure. Who's dropping spoilers? What's going on? Oh my gosh, Aaron, I saw your chat. It's okay. There are plenty of movies that I watch where I already kind of know what's going on. I still can very much enjoy the movie. Is it Dance of the Damned or Dance of the Dead? I guess there's probably two. Let's see here. If you want to watch a movie with loads of dread, there is in fact a film called Dread. You'd probably like, okay, all right. You guys have a lot of recommends. I love it. And you could even if you don't want to send me a message or anything like that, I totally get it. You could even just drop into the comments after the stream and throw me some suggestions. So I will just say that for the folks watching after the fact, if you got some suggestions, movies you want me to watch, all that kind of stuff, drop them on in. Not the Robert Englund one, okay. But I'm curious about the Robert Englund one, so I want to put both of them on my watch list now. So I'm gonna do that. I got Antlers on there, okay. Dance of the Dead. All right, so we're gonna grab the one from 2008. There we are. Okay. So this one by Greg Bishop. I haven't even seen, what is it, Anna versus the Apocalypse or whatever. I haven't seen that either. Was that a musical zombie movie? 100% the third act of Oddity will have you on edge. Oh, dude, it was that movie's the layers. And he does it in every one of his movies. it's onion. He's peeling back these layers. You're trying to get a grasp of what's going on with the story, but he's always revealing something new. He's never leaving you hanging. He's never giving you too much. And it's like really difficult to guess what's going to happen next. I love that about, like, for me, it just means so much to be able to watch a movie and to have a great storytelling, but I'm still trying to, like, not everything's spelled out for me. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. You guys are good. Yeah, you all are good. I was just piling on just to fuck around. So let's see here. Priest is very underrated. I love Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany is pretty damn good. Is Priest a horror movie? Oh, maybe it is. I got that pulled up here. Oh, that looks like, what is this, some Matrix shit? Is this like a futuristic Matrix thing? Catholicism and Matrix mixed together? That's incredible. The way The Lighthouse portrayed the Prometheus mythology was excellently executed, dude. I think The Lighthouse is really good, but man, it is a total mindfuck. I get why people don't like it. I had to have the subtitles on just so I could, like, figure out what the hell was going on and being said. But I enjoyed it. Total nightmare. Yeah. Okay, let me try to catch up a little bit, guys. I just know I'm so far behind, and it breaks my heart when I respond to somebody, or maybe I miss some, like, they're already gone and I didn't even get to, like, I'm sitting there talking to them and they've already left 10 minutes ago. Well, it turned into that. It really did, because we're just like kind of talking about whatever, Carrie. But welcome on in, Miss, one of our great channel members, Miss Carrie Craves Cinema. I just looked at the letterboxd. I didn't read the thing. So I didn't, like, I don't even know the synopsis, but just the picture they have here on Letterboxd, I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks like The Matrix or like Equilibrium or something meets Catholicism. Yeah. You got another thing coming. Is that story about Rob Halford donating like $12 million for hunger relief? Is that real? I saw something about that on Facebook. And you just never know. I mean, man, that's a lot of money. If that's true, that's an amazing gesture. Yeah, Judas Priest is awesome. Rob Halford is the dude. Oh, okay, based on a manga. All right, so that's why it's got that look. Well, it's got a cool look. I can totally, okay, that tracks. Okay, I've got it on my watch list, Jamie. Ooh, Van Helsing Underworld. Okay, yeah. All right, guys. Let's adhere to what Jamie said and note nothing else about Priest. I will watch it, so I don't need any more about it. How about that? No convincing needed. I'm not saying I'm going to watch it right away. And so that's another thing too, guys. A lot of you guys suggest movies to me. Just know I will get to them. But there are so many things going on in all of our lives, right? So sometimes a movie doesn't get watched right away for many different reasons. Actually, I'll be honest with you straight up. I watch a lot of these over on Discord now lately because it's fun watching with other people, and it's a first time watch for them as well. So usually I'll do like a vote, I'll do like 4 movies. Everyone votes. There are 4 movies I've never seen. I don't know. I'm just like, I want to watch all of these anyways. So I just kind of go with the consensus over there on the voting. That's not all the time, but I would say this: if you really want me to watch a movie, you could just mention it to me once, and I've got it on the list, and I'll watch it. And the more I get prodded about a movie, the more I might be like, yeah, but I got these other ones I want to watch, and I don't know. It's probably like something wrong with me. Oh my goodness. What's my favorite type of food? Indian and Mexican food is something of wondrous delights. They certainly are. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I dislike any kind of like cultural food that I've had, or, I've never really, like, sushi has never really been my thing because like the texture just feels kind of like odd in my mouth. So I've never really been into sushi, but you're asking me my favorite. I mean, Mexican's great. I think Italian food is fucking fantastic. I told my mom when I was a little kid, I was like, I must be Italian because I just love spaghetti so much. Like, dumb fucking kids. Shut up. Shut up, past Davey. But yeah, like, Italian food is just incredible. Like, I could eat spaghetti all day, every day. I could eat pizza every day. I mean, I live in Phoenix, so the Mexican food is fucking fantastic here. It's incredible. You know, food truck, you can go to a taco truck, you can go to a small establishment, like you can get some really quality Mexican here. I've got like Ethiopian food. I've really enjoyed some Ethiopian food that I've eaten. In Portland, I would frequent this place, and it was basically like an edible plate. Like they would bring out this huge platter, and then like the bread is also, it's like underneath everything, right? You guys probably know what I'm talking about if you've had Ethiopian food. So they put a big spread on this like very flat kind of soft, it's almost like a soft pita kind of thing. So it's really cool. Like, yeah, it's on a plate, but you just sort of like tear off a section, and it's got a little bit of everything in there, and you just like pick and grab and eat, and it's really tasty. Really like that. But really, I don't even know if maybe this is just considered American, but like just a good like fucking steak, potatoes, like maybe a salad if I want something cold and refreshing. But yeah, very simple, very simple. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's another culture whose food I can like really, you know, that I have actually like experienced in like a bigger way. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think Mexican, Italian, kind of like the way to go for me. But you know, we've been talking a lot about cultures and multiculturalism here during this stream, and I think every culture has a lot of good to offer. You know. Let's see here. I have seen Legion. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that one very much. I mean, it was like okay. I can't remember too much about it. Really? I just saw it in the theater. Yeah. Speaking of period folklore, Japanese film like a samurai versus some creature thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think Japanese horror is very creepy. Like they are very folklore driven too, right? Even stuff like The Ring and, you know, The Grudge. I mean, The Grudge is especially folklore. The original. I've never seen the Sarah Michelle Gellar movie. It seems like the Sarah Michelle Gellar movie is a straight narrative, whereas like I don't know if you guys have ever seen the first, like the original Ju-on, like the original Grudge. It is a bunch of vignettes. It's like an anthology. It's the same entity or same spirit, but different groups and different people interacting with the spirit. Very folklore, and I think The Ring is as well. I won't touch sushi. I hate eating raw fish. Yeah, well, and like, you know, I was spoiled with seafood where I grew up. So when like seafood, like the stuff that I really like, you know, I grew up on the West Coast, so it's Pacific, and it's king salmon, king crab. I really love fresh oysters out of the ocean. Like I will eat them shits raw. Love it. They got that salt water in there. Maybe you just squeeze a little lemon in. Oh, just there you go. Like I do love that kind of stuff. Halibut's amazing. But I liked my seafood for the most part cooked. Yeah, for sure. Spaghetti and meatballs all the way with a side helping of pepperoni pizza followed with a dose of heart murmur. Maybe, yeah. Lasagna for dessert. Oh no, wait, tiramisu for dessert. It is the lasagna of chocolate cakes, right? Did I just make that up? Is that kind of right? Is tiramisu kind of like, it is kind of like a lasagna of cake. Is tiramisu considered a cake, or is it considered something else? I don't know. Somebody let me know. Mexican food is amazing. I'd move to San Diego dude. Oh my God, Jamie. San Diego. Oh my, the best. Yeah. I think that's the place where I've had the best Mexican food. Other than a cart in Puerto Vallarta. You know, other than being in actual Mexico. Oh, like I would go out there for punk festivals, guys. Oh my God. It kind of ruins you. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Mexican food is great here in Phoenix. Like there's a huge Latino population out here, you know, so big time out here for sure. And it's great, but there's something about being near the beach and getting a big ass fucking burrito. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Oh my goodness. They running ham. Have you guys ever seen that? The guy eating the Five Guys, and he's like freaks out about it. I think the auto-tune news people, the Shmoyoho kids, turned it into a song. My doctors put me on a gluten-free and FODMAP diet, which means I can't eat garlic or onion. I bloody miss Indian food, dude. Here's the shitty thing: is garlic and onion is in almost everything. because people use, even if they don't use the actual thing, they use onion powder or garlic powder to help season, right? So even if you don't notice that onion and garlic is in there, man, it is a part of the amalgamation of spices, right? It is the what do they call it in Dune? The spice melange. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Garlic is really good. Steak is actually Mexican food. Potatoes are Irish food. Not sure where salad. Well, steak is probably from everywhere, right? I don't think anyone did anyone really corner the market on steak? Because I would imagine that, like, I mean, there's like the Kobe beef, like the Japanese beef steaks, is, you know, so like in Japan they probably ate steak for, you know, have eaten steak for thousands of years. You know, anywhere where they had cows, you know. So I don't think steak is, I could be wrong. Of course I could be wrong. Maybe certain ways that they cut it, or what's the oh my gosh. So they do, so the pork that they do in the tacos is the carnitas, and then there's the what do they call the steak specifically? There's like a word that they use. So there might be like the way that they prepare that and all that. Maybe, Nanette, but I think steak is a worldwide phenomenon. I guess I just say American because I literally am just thinking you're just throwing a steak on a grill. Like my brother grills all the time. He makes excellent steak. So it's in my head because it's so good, the steak that he makes, that I could eat it every single day. And yes, Asha, holy cow, thank you so much. Chinese and Japanese, I think their food's excellent. Yeah. You know, rice and meat, however you want to do it, I'm cool with that. Chinese, like I've had like a half duck at a Chinese restaurant. It was amazing. It was so like greasy and tasty and all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, dude, sweet and sour chicken or kung pao or something like that. Really, really like that stuff. Yeah, Chinese food's fantastic. Watch a film called Grotesque. It's a batshit crazy horror with tons of gore. It's called Grotesque. Is it gonna make me barf? I mean, I like Evil Dead. Is it like that, or because I don't? So I love all the gory stuff. Is like cool to me, guys. Here's what I'll draw the line of distinction here, though. I'm there for the roller coaster ride of it. It's not for the. There's nothing like, I don't get a macabre satisfaction from it. To me, it's like the wonderment of the effects and just how detached from, how much of an escape it is from reality to watch something that's horror. You know, that's what I love. It's the I don't get joy of like watching like the painful and the torture and the, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's like, it's almost like there's got to be something fun about it, you know, like Hostel didn't do it for me. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be something that's entertaining still. And Asha, there's a movie called Grotesque from 1988. There's one from 2009 and there's one from 2022. So I don't know which one you're recommending. They all have the same spelling. So yeah, let me know which year and I'll put it on the list. You just made the list. The Grudge is underrated. I like the first sequel as well. Yeah, I never watched the American ones. I think I've seen the sequel to Ju-on though. Japanese have some cool myths and monsters, but most of their films are mainly the ghost girl kind of thing. Yeah. You know, sometimes things just get trendy, right? Like The Ring pops off and then, yeah, you're going to get a bunch of ghost girl movies. Like we got them, they made them in Japan and then we started remaking them over here. Like, what is it? Like The Uninvited or whatever. Like there's so many of these movies because yeah, it pops. It's like the same thing happened with zombies. You know, we're seeing even what Art the Clown has created and stirred up. We're seeing a lot of these movies that are just going for that extreme gore, exploitation kind of thing as well. So yeah, it's just kind of like those sort of things. I get what you're saying. I would like to see, like when I look at the older Japanese stuff like Onibaba and House and stuff, like I like that kind of like wild, surreal kind of stuff. It would be fun to see a Japanese filmmaker bring it back to like something a bit more absurdist style like that. Thank fuck, man. I was worried about that. Has layers. It's like a custard more than a cake. Not sure. I know it's funny. We can like, isn't it? You can have a nuanced conversation about tiramisu. It's possible. It's amazing. It is the It is the lasagna of cake. What did I cover with the Fight Club 4K? So I saw it in the theater, a 4K remaster. It looked fucking incredible. Like I just talked about the movie in general views, but I was sitting there like the special effects, you know, it's from 1999. Rob Bottin did the special effects. I'm not sure if he did the CG, like the computer effects. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Those effects hold up so incredibly well for being from 1999 for a movie that didn't have like a massive special effects budget. I'd imagine it's not, you know, it's not Star Wars or Jurassic Park or something like that. But man, the movie just looked so good. So crisp, so clean, not so clean that it looked, I would say this with a 4K remaster, it still had like the natural like grit and grain, you know, or, you know, it still had that, enough noise on what was captured, not grit and grain. That's the wrong word because the 4K was very clean, but it still very much looked like film. If you know, if you get what I'm putting down there. And man, I hadn't seen it in like 15 years. It was so cool to revisit it again. Brad Pitt is amazing in that movie. Edward Norton is incredible. I think Helena Bonham Carter, it's one of my favorite performances from her because she's like relatively subdued in a lot of movies that I've seen her in. She's so wacky and over the top, which is totally fine and fits the material, absolutely fits the material. So it's not a criticism on her. I liked revisiting this performance of hers and seeing it, you know, seeing that more, you know, her playing off the people that are the crazy ones in the movie. And she's a little crazy, but kind of a fun crazy in Fight Club. But yeah, it was wild, man, to see those flashes of the dong and everything, like right there on 4K and a big old theater. I missed it in the theater when it came out. I was a senior in high school, and I don't think I was 17. My parents probably would have gotten me into the movie, but it was something that like kind of came and went, and I just I wasn't really aware of it, you know, in being a senior in high school. Tiramisu is the best dessert ever made. Boom, there it is. Don't breathe in that chocolate powder, though. That'll make you cough. That will make you cough. I'm going to San Diego next spring, so I'm looking forward to the amazing food. Oh my God, dude. San Diego. I love it. They have in the University District, Jamie, talk to me before you go. I know it's like a year away or whatever, but talk to me before you go, just because there's this little area. I mean, I'm sure you guys will probably check out the University District, but there's a couple spots that are really just like a block, 2 blocks off of that main drag. If they still are hopping, you know, I don't know, because of the pandemic, if stuff has changed since the last time I was there to experience all that, but I'd love to at least just throw out a few spots that I really enjoyed, you know, my recommends. Yeah. Damn. Dude, the Shmoy Yoho kids are amazing. Like the scoreboard song is one of the most inspiring things I've ever seen or heard, you know? Yeah. When I make toast, I will do like the lightest, like like a couple little dashes of garlic salt on a piece of toast. It's a game changer. It just changes the whole thing. It's just like, this is no longer boring bread with butter. This is now exciting garlic bread. It's sad when life comes to food for me now, so I make everything with myself with odds of ginger and salt to compensate for the lack of garlic. Well, you know, you're finding a way to make it work for yourself, and you're going to find things that you love. And I think making food for yourself is the best way to know what's going in your body and the best way to be healthy for everyone, right? Like, yeah. So not even if you need to have a strict diet for, you know, whatever reason, making food yourself is usually more affordable. It's usually going to be better for you. Yeah, works out on all ends, but that does suck. You know, you're a fan of something that you can't eat. I do feel for you. Maybe there's something that you can have that can mimic that flavor that's not actually garlic. Maybe they create something. I don't know. They do also, you know, they have non-alcoholic IPA beers now. I had a couple the other day. I was blown away. I had one that was a West Coast IPA and one that was a hazy IPA, non-alcoholic. I know, paying for a non-alcoholic beer, kind of dumb, but whatever. I just like, I wanted the taste, you know, I missed the taste. So you never know. Maybe they do something that, you know, can imitate garlic, but isn't garlic. What do you guys think? Joe and my brother and I were talking about this the other night. What about a non-alcoholic bourbon Now wait, hear me out. I know you're like, what the fuck? Non-alcoholic bourbon, but you put in nicotine. You know how they have those like nicotine pouches, like Zen and all that stuff? They have nicotine mints and everything. What if you did a non-alcoholic bourbon, like something somebody could sip after dinner, and they would get like a nicotine buzz? They wouldn't be smoking, they wouldn't be chewing. I don't know if it's possible, but I think it's a really cool idea. And if it's possible, then that might be the way that I actually take care of myself financially, if I'm able to do it. Okay, I skipped to the bottom, but I see I missed some stuff here. If you like Japanese absurd horror, watch Shion Sono's Tag. Ooh, okay. I told myself I wasn't going to keep on stopping to jump on over here to Letterboxd, but guys, I will forget your recommends if I don't get to them right now. Wait, so was the American movie based off this movie? Or is this, oh, okay. So this Tag is sort of like Battle Royale, and Tag is just what I'm picking up from what I quickly read here and the image. These girls are friggin' adorable. Oh my gosh. Young Japanese woman, just cute as buttons over here. Thank you for the recommend. I did add that to my watch list. Okay, let me skip ahead here. Oh my goodness, we got my guy Ryan Michael. What's happening, Raimi? Dude, check it out. Look at that. You've got the Curse of Michael Myers as your icon, and this is my Curse of Michael Myers tiki mug. How about that? How about that? Everyone's saying what's up to Ryan. Love to see it, guys. Ryan is a great channel member. Ryan is also a personal friend that I've known for a really, really long time. We got Gene Whitacombe hanging out. What's happening, Gene? Happy weekend. Drinking IPA for the taste is crazy, Davey. Well, I did. So I'll tell you this, Gav. Welcome on in. I did the whole, it's been, gosh, guys, I'm 2 weeks away from being 9 months sober from alcohol. So I did like Stella, and there's another one I got. I think I did Heineken and Stella. So I did like the light beer non-alcoholics. And then I just saw that they have all these other IPAs, and it was in between Fight Club and The Evil Dead the other night, in between watching those at the theater. Popped on over to a little sports pub or whatever to grab a bite, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'll try one of these non-alcoholic beers, craft beers. And the West Coast IPA, if you like, I'm sure you've tried them all, Gav, but the West Coast IPA, you'll know, is it tastes more like a pale ale. Like, that's what I've noticed about West Coast IPAs. They're usually lower when they have alcohol. They're usually lower in alcohol content, and they're usually not as hoppy. The hazy was a little bit of a different game, but honestly, man, it's the first time I've had an IPA in 8.5 months or whatever it was. So it was cool to just experience the flavor. But usually when I'm like craving, like my brother and my dad, like they'll drink beers and stuff with dinner when we have family dinners. And I'll be like, you know what? I do just want something that's like bubbly. So either like a fizzy water, or, I will go get like a 12-pack or whatever of non-alcoholic light beer, because it's like, whatever, I appreciate the taste, but I can't be drinking alcohol. It's just not, I don't play well with it, so more power to all the folks who can handle it. I respect the hell out of you guys, and I'm envious, if I'm being quite honest. I'm envious. For me, it's just different, and we have to know what our limits are, and we have to know what our boundaries are, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it is a pretty killer mug, dude. It's pretty killer, man. Talk about in my drinking days, I used to put like 3 or 4 tequila shots in here and a bunch of fizzy water, and oh my gosh, all you need is one, but I'd find a way to have 3. Like, that's why I don't drink anymore. Yeah, it truly is. Yeah, I mean, dude, Fight Club is incredible. Like, the second watch is going to be better than the first watch. It is. It's sort of like Strange Darling that way, where the second watch, like, once you know how everything shakes out, it's so much more compelling. You're looking for more. I was looking for every little clue and every little jittery kind of editing kind of thing that they do in there, because they play around with you a lot with the editing and the effects. And what's really cool, guys, if you've read the book, It's really not, I think it's like around 200 pages, the Fight Club book, kind of like a novella almost. If you read the book, you will see the way that Chuck Palahniuk kind of purposely breaks structure. The way he writes the book, it does follow a traditional structure in a lot of times, but he will break the structure as a way of showing you that there's something not right here. So it's done with purpose. And what's crazy is I read the book after watching the movie, and as I'm reading it and I'm seeing all this broken structure, which I love because I'm a grammar guy. I love when people, you got to know the rules to break the rules kind of thing. And Chuck is an incredible writer. It's like the way David Fincher directed and the way they edited that film is inspired by the way Chuck Palahniuk wrote the book. And I think that's really cool because, yeah, Fincher is an amazing director and the movie has tons of style. If you don't read the book, you might think that that style is coming from Fincher, but it really is. It's, you know, it's a combination of Fincher because he could have made it straight up. He could have made it a lot more straight up, but it is inspired from the source material, which is so cool to see. And the source material is different in a couple very big ways, but it's not different. It's not like the movie is the right story and they made the right decisions for the movie. And then the way that Chuck wrote the book initially, it's the right way to write the book, if that makes any sense, right? So I recommend reading it. I recommend reading Fight Club if you haven't already. I like most IPAs now. I used to hate them. If you keep an open mind and allow yourself to acclimate to them, you can end up liking them. Yeah, it's true. Like I've always liked them. Sometimes they can be so hoppy. It's almost like you feel like you get like a hop burn on your tongue. Like you drink that one hoppy IPA and then no matter what you drink for the rest of the night, it just tastes like hoppy IPA. So yeah, but I think it is just something that's either an acquired taste or some people just like don't like it going in and some people do, but you know, I like them all. You know, I like them all. You know, the Belgian beers I'm not as big on. They've got like a odd like banana cream kind of flavor. And while I don't dislike that flavor, it's not really what I'm going for in a beer. But then I'm also the guy that I love Guinness. Like I love how smooth Guinness is. I love the rich flavor. It's like got a little bit of a coffee vibe going on. It's creamy. It is the lightest beer. It's crazy. Guinness is lighter than Bud Light in calories. You look at Guinness and everyone thinks it's this heavy beer and it's got this and that. No. Guinness is dark in color, light in every other way. You know, it's wild. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I love Strange Darling. What a masterpiece. Saltburn was even better watching it. A spoiler alert. I've not seen Saltburn. That guy's face is tough to look at for a long time. His face, it is, he looks like otherworldly. How do you pronounce that guy's last name? Is he American? I don't even, Barry Cogan? I'm probably saying it the wrong way. It's probably some sort of Irish name that I'm mispronouncing or something like that, or Scottish name that I'm mispronouncing. Saltburn. I heard it was a total mindfuck of a movie though. So maybe I need to put it there on the list. There you go. He looks like Miles Teller, kind of. He's like a Miles Teller that like got his face beaten in. Oh, Jacob Elordi's going in here. No wonder Carrie likes it. I'm just joking, Carrie. I'm just joking. Jacob Elordi is very handsome, yes. However, he earns all of that because he's a fantastic performer. So I can't be down on him for the ladies liking the way he looks. He can't control the way he looks. At least he's a good actor. Fuck, man. Plenty of good-looking people that can't do shit. They still get jobs, but they're just not very good. We got Ryan hanging out with us here. Mr. Piss Stofferson. How are you doing, Ryan? Welcome on in, bud. Looking jacked as always. I'm doing pretty well. We're just about to wrap things up here because I need a little bite to eat and a little caffeine. But I've had a blast hanging out with you guys. Wouldn't mind David Fincher doing another film with Brad Pitt. Seven and Fight Club, both great. Yeah. Thank God he didn't let the whole Alien 3 thing completely break him. We're going to bring it right back around to the thing we talked about first because it is Alien Day. You know, I don't know if I think he took a really long break from directing. Everything I've heard is that he almost quit was just like, it was such a terrible experience the way that Fox treated him during Alien 3 that he abandoned the project and was like, I'm never doing this again. That was fucking nightmare. So how fortunate are we that he didn't give up and that he kept on going? And then how crazy is it to think when you look back retrospectively and you're like, wow, so the guy that did Seven and Fight Club, and he did Zodiac as well, right? And these are just 3 of the movies he's done, right? So there's a lot more. I think he started out as a music video director as well. Like, you know, I think Zack Snyder and McG, same kind of pathway. But with David Fincher, it's like, how dumb do the alien people feel looking back? You know, with everything he's accomplished and the amazing I think his films have won Academy Awards, you know? And it's like, and you guys sat there and jerked him around, made him almost quit, and tried to control everything he was doing in this Alien movie that was his first feature-length film. And then he just went and proved all of you wrong time and time again for decades. Dude. If I'm David Fincher, like, I'm falling asleep every night with a big old smile on my face, and like in my mind, I am just like slam dunk earnest on all these people, you know? Oh, for fun. Oh, I really liked it. Hey, you know what? Not everything is for everyone, and that is certainly fair, man. That is certainly fair. And you know what? I've never seen it. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. It's so long. Every time I'm like, oh, I'm going to go watch Zodiac, I'm like, oh, fuck, it's like 3 hours long. And plus, I know I'm going to sound like a total wiener saying this. Dude, the Zodiac killer stuff like really does freak me out. And I've watched documentaries and read descriptions of the things that happened. And it was really, it kind of shook me a little bit. So there's a part of me that's like, can I watch this on film? Can I watch these things happen to these people? Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about the Zodiac thing that just really, I don't know. It creeps me out on a totally different level. Yeah, no, it's crazy. He used to go to the, my ex worked at a plant nursery in Portland, and he would always go there with his dogs. Yeah. Yeah, man. He was like a mechanic, I think, when he started writing stories before he became a full-time writer. It's wild. He just seems like a regular kind of dude. We could do that. We could do that. I might even, so what I might do for that, Asha, is I will do my ranking as a pre-recorded video. So it won't be a live thing. So after Burn comes out, I will shoot a video. So, you know, you don't have to worry about like not being there for the live chat. If we want to do a live tier maker ranking with you guys, then we could do that as a UK stream for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know if is it actually pronounced Kogan? That's how I would say it, but I don't know where he's from, and I don't know the country of origin for that last name, but to me it looks Irish or Scottish, something. Yeah. My calorie intake is the problem with my drinking. 3/4 of a handle of rum and Coke doesn't really keep you. No. Well, in the if you're not doing Diet Coke or Zero Coke, right? Then you're throwing 38 grams of sugar in a can, probably, you know, right around there. 40 grams of sugar, 140 calories, probably 150 calories for each soda. Yeah, and alcohol is basically sugar, dude. It's, I mean, I'm not even slimmed down a whole shitload since I stopped drinking because I like candy. So, but at least I'm not a fucking sloppy drunk mess. It's bad stuff. I felt the same way with Black Candles, and I soldiered through. Yeah, there is a horror, an unspoken horror in some of these movies where just certain situations and the things that are, you know, I don't want to say anything too graphic, but there are certain things that are definitely like kind of triggers for everyone. I think most like normal people, there's certain things that really make you squirm in your seat. Now, if it narratively fits the film and it's got purpose, okay. Now, if you're just doing it to do it, like Black Candles, then what the hell? If it's not part of the storytelling, then oof, you know. How goes it, Davey? I blind bought the Steelbook for Fight Club. Now I have to wait for it to arrive. You've never seen Fight Club ever? You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat, David. going to be a lot different than those classic films you usually watch. A lot different, but oh my gosh. Guys, it hums. It's like a 2-hour movie. You know, I'm always bitching about run times. Fight Club, it doesn't race. It has just got this such great rhythm. It's humming the whole time. So good. It is a 5-star movie for me. Fight Club is without a doubt a 5-star movie for me. I don't give out the 5-star very much. And the reason why is sometimes I wait to see if the movie still impresses on that revisit, you know? Maybe it's a 4-star movie, or maybe I think it could be a 5 and I go and watch it again and it knocks my socks off the way the 4K remaster of Fight Club did. Easily a 5-star film. I have not seen Dinner in America, but Kyle Gallner is excellent. I've never seen him not be fantastic as a performer. He's great. Yeah. I've heard of that one. Never saw it, heard of it. Isn't he playing Ringo Starr in the Beatles movie? Or I mean, they might have already shot it, but I think he's playing Ringo, which is kind of funny. He's more handsome than Ringo, I suppose, but I do see a similarity there in the face. Yeah. He's really good, man. Like I said, and maybe you guys haven't heard me say it, I thought Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein was okay. Jacob Elordi, best part of the movie for me. That performance was incredible. Evil Dead Trap, Sweet Home. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, these recommends. I've already written down so many. I can't write down any more. Evil Alex, please do me a favor, bud. Hop on over to Discord or even just jump into the comments once the stream is over. Because I don't want to miss any of these. Yeah. He's doing another movie with Brad Pitt. Oh yeah, he's doing that sequel to Once Upon a Time. That's true. All right. He's actually had backlash. Oh wow, that sucks. Now I'm the total jerk. I am the total jerk, Carrie. Well, hopefully he doesn't know who I am. Yeah, I don't need any more enemies. I don't even know. Like, so I think I've only seen him in the Batman, because doesn't he play like the Joker in that extra scene or something like that? I don't think I've seen him in anything. Does look like Miles Teller though. Is it like, does he have, it looks like he might have a scar like on his cheek or something. Whatever. He's a successful actor. You know, at that point, people would be like, you want to be a jerk about my looks? Like, I'll laugh all the way to the bank. How about that? Like, I'll get to marry or be with anyone that I want because I have this amazing, you know, position and job and blah, 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 blah. You know, he'll be fine. Barry will be fine. Oh, Barry. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. We're at about 2 hours, 10 minutes. I know. How are you doing, Ben? Welcome on in, guys. Or welcome on in, man. Guys, this is our great channel member, Ben Grimm, hanging out with us here. Oh, some gagging. Oof. Yeah. I gagged watching Dead Alive the first time. Love that movie. I have heard that movie is very, very difficult. Yeah. Yep. I've heard very similar. Yeah. Just Jacoby dropping down some truth there about Megan is Missing. Yeah. Another classic. I mean, I don't I think I gotta go with Strange Darling. He's just so good in that. Let's see here. Sweet Home is what Resident Evil was based on. Crazy. Really? Oh, really now? Sweet Home, Alabama. From 2020? Oh, 89. There we go. Oh, interesting. Okay. Ghost of the Painter's Wife. I love this artwork. Oh my God, this is a beautiful painting. This Japanese artwork. It reminds me of Castlevania. That kind of, I love that art. Love it. Okay. Bye, Felicia. You spelled it the right way. You spelled it the right way. It's incredible. Most people spell it the wrong way. You got to check the captions. Megan is Missing is garbage. Jack Ketchum's. Ketchum, I already caught him. Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door was much more daring because it took on the Sylvia Likens case. Ooh, I've heard of a movie called The Girl Next Door, but I've never heard of the Sylvia Likens case. Yeah, these are all great. I love having, what's cool about this chat, guys, because we've been, I don't know if we've ever had a stream quite like this, where the recommend talk was like really heavy, but then also just a lot of really cool, like a recommend based on the back of another recommend. Like I love, like it's cascading. It's a waterfall. It's pretty cool to see. Pretty awesome to see. I either saw a kill count or a movie countdown to know about that. About which one, Jiggy? Are you talking about Megan is Missing or something like that? I've watched a couple reviews and people have said that, yeah, it gets to be really difficult. And I'd imagine if you are a parent, it's probably even more so that way. The Girl Next Door is really good. Okay, I'll have to put that on the list. Are you talking about Laurie Strode? You probably have a better chance or a more fun time with Linda, right? Yeah. I mean, you might pay the ultimate price after, but worth it. Oh, yeah, me too. Speaking of Girl Next Door, super cute. Guys, Ruby Modine and Silent Night, Deadly Night 2025. Oh my gosh, how adorable. And she's got that crazy in her too. I love that. So wait, there's 2 movies called The Girl Next Door? Because wait, you're the one with Alicia Cuthbert. That's got Timothy Olyphant in that one, right? Doesn't he play like a pimp or something? Anywho, all right, guys. I think that's gonna wrap it up. Been going for about 2 hours 15 minutes here. Let's see. And is that the one okay? Is that the same movie? So The Girl Next Door, they're not 2 different movies. That one's a horror and one's like a. Seems like the one that you guys are talking about is a little more. I don't know if it's quite horror or quite like kind of comedy in a way. I don't know. Or is it drama? Did I totally misconstrue what the previews were telling me all those years ago? Maybe I did. The Ketchum one's different than the Cuthbert. Okay, yeah, because I thought the Cuthbert one, yeah, it was a comedy. There's a horror in it. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Views. Appreciate you. Views. Are you JG? For some reason, I don't know if I saw some sort of connection there. But anyways, I'll keep on calling you Views there. Ooh, sex comedy, Jamie. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for me. But really quick before we go, I want to shine a light on the folks that became members, celebrating memberships, and the folks that dropped super chats. You guys are amazing, man. For a middle of the day Sunday stream where we're not really talking about anything, like, I mean, you guys always show me great support, but it's crazy awesome to see this level of support for a stream that really is just us hanging out. So thank you so very much, guys. You're getting us closer to making the dream become a reality. So we got Jeff, aka Down, is up celebrating 5 months of membership. Thank you so much, Jeff. Asha dropping a 10-pound super chat for Alien Day. Man, we got a lot of good alien talk in today, didn't we? Jiggy dropping a 5 for a happy Sunday fun day. Nathan Thornwood became a YouTube channel member. Welcome on in, Nathan. Thank you so very much. Jiggy dropping another 5, and then a 2, and then a 5 because autocorrect messed him up. And then another 5er, and then another 5er, and then a 10er. Holy cow, Jiggy, you are amazing. And Jigsaw is also celebrating 2 months of membership. Thank you so very much, Jiggy, to Asha, to Nathan, and of course Jeff. Down is up for the celebrating the memberships and throwing down some super chats to show some love. And look at that, Ryan Michael's like, you're leaving? Here's another 5er. Ryan, you are too sweet. Thank you so very much, man. Really do appreciate you. Okay, cool. You are JG. Sweet. Perfect. Yeah, because Views sounds like it's tougher to fit in. JG has a nice, I like the staccato kind of sticks. You know what I mean? It sticks the landing. Ryan, you're amazing. Thank you again, man. Thank you so much. You guys are so beautiful. I will be back tomorrow for channel members. 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to talk about Caveat and Oddity. We're going to dive deep into the themes. We're going to get really nerdy about what these movies, like what Damian McCarthy's saying with these movies, what he is thematically doing, what his style points are as far as storytelling goes, visually and on the page. And I did see Hokum early and everything, guys. I put out a short non-spoiler. So it's literally just a short. It doesn't even get close to spoiling. I am not going to be talking about Hokum in any sort of detail tomorrow. So I just want you guys to know that. We're going to talk Caveat. We're going to talk Oddity. There may be times where I'm like, he carries this theme into Hokum. You know, I might say something in general. You know, I see that he brings this element into his third film, but I'm not going to be talking about the movie, so you don't have to worry about any sort of spoilery. I want you guys to go check out Hokum on Friday, May 1st. Not getting paid to say this. I just think you should go check it out and go in with as little info as possible and just let the experience take hold of you. And yeah, just go along for the ride. So I'll see the channel members tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then we're going to have some other stuff lined up. On Wednesday, we are going to do a live tier maker ranking where you guys are going to vote on all of the horror subgenres. We're going to rank those subgenres for late night with the Davey. And then next weekend, guys, we're going to do our big bracket. We're going to do all those streams we did where we figured out what the best horror movie was from 1960. Wait, I'll do it this way. I'll do it opposite. 1960 to 2025. We figured that out. We're going to do a whole bracket of them. They are going to face off. You guys are going to vote on each one. We are going to find out what is the greatest horror movie from 1960 to 2025. I'm so excited. So that's coming up next weekend. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you have any more recommends for me, please feel free to jump into the comments. Throw down a whole list if you want. Or if you want to go over to the Discord and shoot me a message over there, or actually I probably have a channel in the Discord where we could share that. So whatever you got, let me know. I'll watch as many of them as I can. You guys are beautiful. Thank you so much to the Patreon members, the YouTube channel members, and of course our Death Squad mods. You guys are great. And yeah, I think the only other thing I gotta say is thank you so much for hanging out. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype the stream if you're watching after the fact and you dig what we do here. It really helps the channel. Let's get to 3,000 before mid-May. And I think the only other thing I have to say is that I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.